Un segundo, por favor. Fix the Hello, 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 boys. How's it going? How is it going? You guys ready for this? You ready for the action? I can hear myself. 1 second. I do not like that one bit. Why can I hear myself? There we go. That's better. Let me just turn that off. Alright. Yes, lads. Who have we got in here? We've got anyone on YouTube? Anyone on Twitch? Where are you guys watching along from? And where are you watching this game from? Big, big, big game. Will Brentford finally do it? Of course they did beat Swansea last year in the playoff semi-final. I watched that with my mate, big Swansea fan actually. He was not best pleased one bit. He was absolutely fuming. Just like I am, because I've just completely burnt my food that I've spent the past 2 hours cooking. That's really annoyed me. To the point where I'm kind of contemplating going and re-cooking the whole thing, to be honest. How's the sound going? How does the video look? Is it all smooth? Is it all cool, calm, collected? I certainly hope so. And I certainly hope for these players' sake that they are cool, calm and collected, because this is massive for them. Absolutely massive. Let me fix this. There we go. Alright, we should be ready to rumble. Ready to rumble. I'm going to get the timer up. I just need to look at the screen. This timing needs to be A-OK. Perfecto. Alright, come on. Do me nice. Have we got any Swansea/Brentford fans in here, maybe? Or are you just general avid fans of the game, avid games of football, avid fans of football, or championship fans? Maybe you're just a fan of the beautiful league that is the championship. Alright, come on. Show me the time. Show me the money. It's an absolutely blistering day in central London, let me tell you. Those players are going to be sweating their absolute cojones off. Are there fans there? Yes, there are. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Come on, show me the magic. Oh, taking the knee, taking the knee. There we go. That time should be A-OK. Oh, what the hell? Well, that time is definitely off now. I'm going to need to fix it. Oh, yeah. See, Sky Sports are so AIDS the way they do it. Why do they not just show me the time? Absolute muppets. Absolute bunch of frauds. Biggest frauds in the scene. What's going on, boys? So we got 2 viewers in here. Who have we got in here? Swansea fan, Brentford fan, maybe just a championship fan, a fan of the beautiful league. Brentford are better than Leeds. I don't know what you're talking about, mate. Puppet, you muppet. Brentford are not on the same planet as Leeds, hence why we went up last year. They didn't. Yeah, now they have to go through the playoffs because they couldn't quite get automatic, you know what I'm saying? Mind the gap, Thomas Frank. Mind the gap, I say. How are you, buddy? How are you? Alright, 1 minute in. Okay, I need to... This is... My thing's 5 seconds behind, so let me just... There's a little setting that they gave me. So... Alright. I'll get ready to resume that. I need a caffeinated drink, let me tell you, because this is going to be a big one today. This is, of course, the first stream of the day, and I will be back later for that magical Champions League final. As you can see on my top, Come on, Swansea, says Sajid Khan. We've got a Swansea fan in the building. How are you feeling, buddy? Are you feeling confident? Are you feeling confident? Of course, Brentford did you over last year, so this is time for your revenge. Can you exact your revenge and get yourself up to the allured land that is the Premier League? Let me tell you something. I absolutely hate playoffs. I absolutely hate playing in them myself, or rather watching my team play in playoffs. It's the most stressful thing you could ever imagine. As I'm sure you're absolutely shitting bricks right now. There we go. The time is synced up absolutely perfectly. Cinco de Mayo weekend, you could call it. But how are you feeling? How are you feeling about your players? Right now, Swansea definitely the aggressors. I'm not sure about this kit, you know. This kit, you know, it's not really for me. But the play on the ball, on the other hand, I would say it is for you. And to be honest, Swansea, you almost... what is your prediction? You know what my prediction is, mate? I feel like Swansea will do it. I don't know why. I feel like after getting done up by Brentford last... Because like Brentford have to go up, don't they? Like they've been toying with promotion so many times, so many years that they have to. But I just really feel like Swansea are going to pull an upset. Chelsea 10-0, not sure about that one, mate. I think City are actually going to do the business tonight. What is your prediction? Like I said, this one I will go 3-1. Sajid Khan, my main man, thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you so much. It means a lot to help the channel, help support the channel. Thank you ever so much. And your name is now on the top left, the most recent subscriber of the channel. Thank you very much. Yeah, as for the prediction, my Champions League final prediction, I'm going to go for 3-1 to Manchester City. And I'm going to go for a Raheem Sterling hat-trick. I actually think that Pep's going to blindside everyone and start Sterling. Maybe, no, Sterling will score 2 and Aguero will score the winner. For this game, I think I will go for 2-0 Swansea. But what are your guys' predictions? I see we got a Swansea fan in here, Sajid, my guy. Do you feel confident? Because, of course, you know, the season ended a bit questionably, you know. You went on like, what was it, like a 4 or 5 game streak without managing to buy a win. And then I think you did kind of pick it up just before the end. I remember there was a couple of games in a row you conceded like literally last minute either equalizers or defeats. Those were some mad ones. I was watching them with my mate actually. I forget the game, but you conceded some last minute penalty and it just looked like you guys were slipping all the way out of the playoffs. But you did manage to bring it back. And speaking of bringing it back, Cam Potter's Janssen bringing it back. Sterling 2. Yeah, you're damn right, Sterling 2. The best player. Not the best player in the world. He's just behind my boy Calvin Phillips. Sterling will score, mate. Sterling is class. I don't know what you're laughing about, Puppet. Now? What do you mean? What do you mean now? Do you mean my prediction? Do you mean now for this game? My prediction for this game? What does that mean? Puppet, mate. I don't know what you're laughing about, though. I don't know what you're laughing about one bit. As Matt Grimes has absolutely scythed through someone there. I can't see who it is. He's picked up a booking for his troubles there. That was absolutely reckless. But let me tell you, Sterling isn't just going to score 2. He's going to have an absolute man of the match performance. A liquid gravy performance. He's going to be that good. Brentford's starting slow, though. It's looking like Swansea are definitely the aggressors, pinning them back into their own half. A nice long ball forward to Ivan Toney. And how good's Ivan Toney been, by the way? This Ivan Toney geezer, there was a lot of talk about him last year. Obviously, I think he was playing for Peterborough in League One. Dead baller. If you're calling Toney a dead baller, mate, you're crazy. And if you're calling Sterling a dead baller, then you're even more crazy. I'll tell you that much. Need a Swansea win. Why do you need a Swansea win? Do you not like Brentford for all the antics that went on last year? You know, Thomas Frank mind the gap and all that malarkey. Has he left a bitter taste in your mouth? For me, there's 2 things. For my good friend, you know, I would like Swansea to win for his sake. For his sake, I want to see Swansea go up. However, for Pontus Jansson's sake, I want to see Brentford go up. So I'm very, I'm stuck in the middle here. I've got affiliations to both sides, you could say. So because I really do like my boy Pontus, you know. Even though he doesn't play for us anymore, he's given me some great memories, and I feel like he's a top guy. I tell you who isn't a top guy. Well, he is a top guy actually. That's rude. It's Puppet. But what he does need to work on is his football knowledge. Your football knowledge seems to be lacking a bit, Puppet. I'm afraid. I mean, how you can't see how Sterling is clearly head and shoulders the best player at Manchester City, the best player for England, and quite literally probably the third best player in the world behind Lionel Messi and potentially Calvin Phillips. I can't think who else I'd put in that equation. Maybe Foden. Foden may just be exceeding him right now, but it's very close between the two. Foden and Sterling. But Sterling, I'm telling you, he's been toying with everyone. He's been not playing Sterling purposefully so that everyone will expect him not to play. And then all of a sudden, he's going to play him in the final. It's a bit of 4D chess. It's like Roy Hodgson. It's like when he put Harry Kane on corners for England. And then all of a sudden, we play Panama in the first game of the World Cup. And Harry Kane's left unmarked at the back sticks twice because everyone thought he was going to be taking the corners. It's a similar kind of thing. See, me and Pep, you know, two peas in the same pod. Oh, Brentford are in here. Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Penalty to Brentford. Oh, it started off strong. It started off hot. And Sergi Canos is remonstrating with the referee there. It seems like it is. Fred is better than Phillips. Even you know that's not true, Puppet. Even you know that's a load of codswallop. I bet you're fucking creasing behind your screen right now. You can't even tell me you're typing that with a straight face. You're absolutely bawling your eyes out laughing. But I'll tell you who isn't bawling their eyes out laughing, and it's Steve Cooper, because the goalkeeper there, Woodman, has had an absolute brain disease of a moment, and he's just absolutely side down Mbuemo there and given away a penalty. Daniel James over Sterling again, mate. You've probably passed the point of laughing. You're probably literally having tears rolling down your cheek right now. You're taking the piss that badly. As an absolutely laughable statement, okay? And you know what? I don't even hate Daniel James. You know, I like him as a person, but no, he's not on Sterling's Richter scale, as Ivan Toney steps up to put Brentford in the lead to send them potentially one step closer to the Premier League. And Ivan Toney has done it. It is 1-0 to Brentford. Where's my scoreboard? Let's get that up. 1-0 to Brentford. Converts coolly, calmly and collectively from the spot. He passes it into the bottom left-hand corner, and Brentford are potentially on their way to the Premier League, the promised land which has eluded them for so long now under Thomas Frank. They've always looked good. They've always looked like one of the best free-flowing teams in the league, but they just always seem to fade away at the last hurdle. But that doesn't seem to be the case so far, as Ivan Toney converts for the spot and from the spot, and Brentford take a 1-0 lead. Much like Raheem Sterling is going to do today, except he won't really be converting from the spot. He'll probably just be, you know, scoring from around the inside of the area after dribbling past 5 or 6, 7 players. Wow, what a statement. What a statement indeed from Brentford, laying the marker down. And I didn't think they were playing that well today so far. I thought Swansea started off the team more aggressive. I thought the game more aggressive. The more aggressive team, should I say. Their passing patterns were looking smoother. Brentford looked like they had a lack of ideas. But one long ball up to Mbuemo, and it did the business. I'm not joking, says Puppet. I'm sure you're not. Maybe you're just delusional. Maybe you're watching football through a pair of Danny Rose tinted glasses. I don't know. But all I do know is that is absolutely crazy. I can't tell which statement's worse. Fred is better than Phillips, or Daniel James is better than Sterling. I seriously do not know which statement is worse. Which statement fills me with more desire to drink bleach. But, yeah. There's no way you're not joking. If you're not joking, then like I say, you are pure delusion. But I know you would take Sterling at Man U in a heartbeat, and you'd also take Calvin Phillips in a heartbeat. Because McShit and Fred are not a good combo, let me tell you. Not a good combo at all. Although Sterling and Phillips win trophies, so I'm not sure Man United is a good club for them, to be honest. I'm not sure that that's really a club that's designed for them, you know. I'd kind of put, you know, Man United in the Tottenham cloth, you know. Trophies and Man U just don't seem to go together. Work it. Phillips is bang average. Are you crazy, man? What do you mean Phillips is bang average? Bang average! Oh, mate, that is crazy. That is crazy. He's literally the best midfielder in the league. The best midfielder for England by a country mile. He's on the ball, off the ball. He's silky smooth. He tracks the midfield runners like no other. He's more sharp than no other. He's more alert than anyone else on the pitch. He runs more than anyone on the pitch. He has more tenacity than anyone else on the pitch. And his IQ is just, he's like the Elon Musk of football. He's just so smart. He knows exactly where to be, exactly when to be there as well. Brentford have a free kick here in the attacking third of the pitch. A beautiful whip is needed, and it's sprayed in by Jensen, I believe. And is that another penalty? Unfortunately not for them. I wouldn't take them. I wouldn't take them. Are you crazy? What do you mean you wouldn't take them? Nah, you're actually batshit crazy, mate. That you wouldn't take Phillips and Sterling. That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever heard. Where did Leeds finish? We finished, well, last year we actually finished first. We finished first, you know. We won a trophy. You know, we win trophies. What can I say? Serial trophy winners. But we finished 9th this year. 9th. Which for our first year back in the Premier League is pretty damn impressive if you ask me. Pretty damn impressive indeed. Currently, Swansea look to be getting run out here. Brentford, to be honest, it's looking like they could make it 2 or 3 right now. Swansea are really holding on for dear life now. They need to weather the storm for the next 10 minutes. Otherwise, this could get messy. And I'm talking, you know, your underpants after eating a nice chicken tikka masala messy. You know what I mean? That toilet pan is not looking silky smooth. How good was last week? Did you go, mate? Well, Logan, I didn't actually get tickets to the game, but I went to the Peacock, which is the bar next to the Ellen Road, and we were all sat in like a beer garden. There are a couple of screens to watch the game. Unfortunately, all the seats were sold out there, so we were literally just sat in a beer garden watching it on our phone. And then after the game, we all went to the stadium. Did you go to the stadium after? Because we weren't there for that long, actually. We were only there for, like, what, an hour or so? And then the police came and got all their horses out. Honestly, it was ridiculous. So we all go there, yeah? We're outside the stadium. We want to see the boys, you know what I mean? We want to see Pablo. We want to see Gaetano. Last time we're going to get to see him. So we all go there outside the stadium. You know, we're letting the pyro off. We're singing some good songs. I see that absolute load of fraudulence, by the way. I'll get onto that in a second. Don't think you've escaped my wrath, Atomic Puppet. But, you know, we're letting the pyro off. We're singing. We're having a good time. You know, we're outside the stadium. Nobody comes over. Nobody comes over at all. The only person that came to the window was, Angus Kinnear. Angus Kinnear came over to the window, gave a little wave to the fans. He pissed off. We saw all of Pablo's kids there. Everyone was chanting, "Bring your father out." Unfortunately, they didn't listen. Where were you? Yeah, Pablo's kids in the window indeed. We saw them. We saw Angus Kinnear. And then, because I don't know where you were, but I was literally right at the front by the gate with like some police pushing us every 2 seconds. Some absolute waste men. And then all of a sudden they snuck the players out the back, unbeknown to me. After they snuck all the players out the back, they get the police to come forward with all their horses, come straight through the middle, separate us to the sides, and just completely isolate us and push us out after like an hour and a half. It was a shame, but what can you do? I really wanted to see the players. It was absolutely gutting that we didn't get to. But like you say, it was fucking class, mate. You were right on the far right. Yeah, that's kind of where I was, mate. It was bloody quality. It was absolutely, it was so fun just to be with all the fans again, singing songs again. The energy, the passion, everything was so good, and having a little piss up on the street. Who doesn't like that? You were holding up a Bielsa flag. I didn't see any flags, mate. That's I should have brought one myself, actually. To be honest, I was too busy getting the beers down me. And then every time I'd start drinking a beer, someone would start going, "Oh, that's got fucking mental." And then, you know, that's basically the synonymous cue to start splashing a drink all over each other. So half your beers end up down the pavement instead of down your neck. Phillips is a championship level player. I'm just going to go back to that comment there. Phillips is a championship. Yes, sport fan, my guy, thank you very much for joining the family of the forward-thinking young pioneers of the beautiful game. You are welcome. You are very, very welcome here. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. It does mean a lot. Did you see the guy with his Bielsa bucket? Yes, I did. He came into the pub, actually. He came into the pub where I was. He came in with the bloody Bielsa bucket on his hat. We were all chanting and stuff, and then he just goes and slams it down on the middle of the table. Bloody beer. Some geezer had their beer on the table, like their pint of beer. He just slams his bucket down. This guy's beer goes flying off. He was fuming. Oh, it was good times, good times. I did see the guy with the bucket, yeah. Swansea have a free kick here. Dangerous free kick. It's whipped in with venom, pace, curl and precision. But it is headed away. But they still do have a corner. Really building up the pressure now, Swansea. Man, that was a good time, Logan. How long were you there for? He had it all signed. Class that. Yeah. Fucking lucky geezer. I don't know where he got it signed from. Unless if he bought it from the Leeds shop or won it a giveaway or something. Because I did see, like, scribble on it. But did he bring it out to the march outside the stadium? Because I didn't see that, mate. It was fucking jokes. How long were you there for? Because you said you came up at 3, didn't you? So you must have got there what? Just it's 2-0! It's 2-0 Brentford. Brentford are on their way, not just on their way to Wembley, but potentially on their way to the Premier League. They look unstoppable now. It looks assured that they will get that illustrious promotion as they make it not 1, but 2-0. The Brentford fans are in absolute delirium. And can you blame them? They are 2-0 up against Swansea. Thomas Frank looks like he's having an absolute aneurysm over there. It's a long ball out to Mbeumo. Mbeumo gets the ball at the halfway line. Keeps running. Goes about 20-30 yards forward. Holds the ball up. Plays the ball across. It is then drilled across the box to the back sticks, where it is coolly, calmly and collectively slotted into the bottom left-hand corner. That is absolutely catastrophic defending there. Absolutely catastrophic from Swansea. I've seen more gaps. I've seen wider open gaps in a 40-year-old hooker's legs in the red light district. It is absolutely ridiculous. Thomas Frank looks like he's about to have a heart attack. Got the train at like 9:10 home. What were you doing for the rest of that time? Because they broke us up at like 7. So you must have just been chilling for a couple hours after that. Because I couldn't get a cab at all after that. It was like, what, 7:20 after they like kicked us all out. So I literally had to walk back in the pissing rain to the... they hit the bar! Whoa, he's just ripped a shot from like 30 yards there. I couldn't see who it was. I looked to the chat for a second and someone has just ripped a shot from like 30 yards and hit the bar. It was almost 3-0 to Brentford within 20th minutes. But yeah, like I was saying, I was walking home to the Ellen Road Premier Inn. It was only like 15 minutes away. I walked to the city centre. Okay, that was nice. It was bloody pissing down though. It was woeful. Let's see here. So they're going to show a replay. Ivan Toney chests it up and volleys it. Connection sweeter than a nut. Sweeter than a pistachio fresh out of Morrison's. Oh, it gets the perfect amount of dip and feint on there. It bounces straight onto the line. Oh, that was close. That was very, very close there. Almost 3-0 within the opening 20 minutes. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous stuff. Brentford really piling the pressure on now. Putting on more pressure than an erection in skinny jeans, let me tell you. Where did you go and get some food? Did you go to like, because where'd you go to eat in Leeds? I know there's a nice TGI Fridays in the shopping centre down there. That's usually a nice go-to spot. I don't know where else there really is down there. I haven't been up there this year as much as I'd like, to be honest. And usually when I do, it's literally a train up from Manchester or London, straight to the stadium, after the game, straight back to Ellen Road. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story once. I went up there, I believe it was Hull last year, and I went up on my ones. So I went to the stadium. I was having a good time, whatever. My phone was already on the ropes. Burger King food court. Going classy. To be fair, nothing beats after you've had a few drinks down here. Nothing beats a good bit of fast food, bit of takeaway. Those chips slap differently when you've had some drinks. Let me tell you. But yeah, so I went to the stadium. And I was in the stadium, you know, having a good time, jumping around. We ended up winning 2-0. So my phone was left in my bag while I was jumping around because I didn't want it to fall out, obviously. And clearly it struck something while it was in my bag, because when I took my phone out after, the screen was completely crushed, like to oblivion. Like the screen was done out. So I'm outside the stadium. It's probably like, what, 1, 2, 3 a.m.? 3 a.m. I'm absolutely waffling. It was like 11 p.m. rather, pitch black. And my phone is just not working at all. Bearing in mind, I've got my train ticket on my phone. The only way of getting to the station is an Uber from my phone. Literally, I was stranded. I had nowhere. I was walking up and down Ellen Road, just asking anyone, "Oh, is anyone going to the station? Can anyone give me a lift?" And then everyone was basically like, "Nah, not going to the station, geezer. Not going, mate. Not for me, lad." So I was literally stuck there till probably like, what, 12 p.m? 12 a.m. rather. And then eventually at 12, yeah, mate, it was absolutely stressed. I was literally walking up and down the high road like, "Someone please get me a cab, please please tell me you're going down there." Eventually, I managed to get a phone from the local McDonald's. There's a McDonald's outside Ellen Road. So I went down there and asked someone for their phone. They gave me the phone, and luckily, I managed to call my friend, who ordered me an Uber to the station. And then once I got to the station, I just basically had to blag it. I was like, "Look, I can't show you my tickets. They're all on my phone." And then I just showed them my phone, which literally was like a screen with like lines all over it, and then literal shards of glass like sticking out of it. Like if you put your hand on it like this, you'd pull your hand off and there'd just be shards of glass sticking out of your hand. That's how fucked it was. That was a rough time, let me tell you. And I had an exam the next morning. So I was there stressing. I was like, fuck, how am I going to get to sleep, man? I got to be up at 7 a.m. for an exam. It was a rough time. But I wouldn't change it for the world. Mate, I had some good stories going up there. Because usually when I go to football games, I go alone. So I don't really have anyone to, like, take me back or anything. Because if it's a midweek game or something, my dad can't really go up because he's busy with work. So I just go up on my ones. And it's good fun, because you get to meet loads of people when you go to places by yourself. That's what I like about it. Brentford holding the ball off now. They have just had a few minutes... mate, it was peak times, Logan. It was peak times. How often do you go up? Because you're closest in Manchester. It's very easy for you to get up there, no? It's like an hour train, which is pretty good. That's what I like about living in Manchester. It's like an hour tops, and then you get like an Uber to the stadium. So it's pretty damn close, especially compared to London, where it was like a 5 hour up, 5 hour down thing. But yeah, Swansea have just had a good few minutes of sustained attack there, but Brentford have weathered the storm now, and it does look like Brentford have got over that hump. and that they are probably going to cruise into half-time with a 2-0 lead intact, which really, it's thrown my prediction into the wasteland completely, because I said it would be a Swansea 2-0 win. Now that is completely impossible. Impossible. Have we got any Brentford fans in here by any chance? Because if so, I presume you're popping champers right now. You're probably probably starting the celebrations already. Although, let me tell you, I definitely wouldn't be, because let's just say, as a Leeds fan, I've been burnt by that many times in the past. Many times. Yeah, train straight down. Used to have to get off at Huddersfield. Why did you used to have to get off at Huddersfield? I thought I've never got off at Huddersfield before. I either get off at Leeds or there's like a connecting train from Sheffield I've got sometimes. I never heard of getting off at Huddersfield. Especially in my Leeds kit, I'll get my head kicked in. I'm already running a big enough risk in Manchester, let alone getting off at Huddersfield as well. But yes, Brentford currently the aggressors with another free kick in a dangerous area. It's headed back in by Janssen. The ball is cleared away, however. It is flicked back into the box. Is that another penalty? It looks like a penalty to me, but instead it's been given as a Swansea free kick. I can't quite see who there. My screen's just gone blurry, but he's just absolutely fly kicked AU in the head there. Absolutely relentless pressure from Brentford right now. Swansea are hanging on for dear life. Hanging on for dear life indeed. What do you guys think of the playoffs? If you could choose, fuck knows, had to get off and switch platform. Oh, so you got off and switched the connecting train from Huddersfield. I thought you meant you walked all the way from bloody Huddersfield. I was going to say, mate, that's absolutely ridiculous. What do you guys think of the playoffs? I'll tell you, I've had some of my most worst memories from the playoffs. I don't think I've had a single good playoff experience supporting my team. Obviously, that's because I'm a Leeds fan, and Leeds in the playoffs have never gone well. Of course, my mind casts us back to losing in the playoff final against Doncaster in League One, losing the playoff final against Watford in 2006, losing the playoff semi-final against Derby 2 years ago. Absolutely disastrous memories. Swansea, not themselves had the best playoff history of recent times, losing to Brentford in the semi-final. Brentford themselves losing in the final to Fulham. Up the bees. We're Premier League worthy. I'll tell you something, mate. You're definitely, in terms of the attacking play of Brentford, you're definitely one of the more exciting teams to watch, and have been over the past couple of years. And I reckon in the Premier League, you're a team, because you do actually play good football, with the right additions in the Premier League. I'm very impressed in your scouting team. So with a bit more money, I can only imagine the kind of squad you'll be able to conjure up in the Premier League. And I reckon out of all the sides, you're probably most likely to upset the apple cart a bit. I think even more so than Watford and Bournemouth. Not Jason Bournemouth, sorry. Watford and Norwich. Jason Bournemouth, of course, got knocked out in the semi-final. But yes, I can see you're absolutely buzzing, Snipes Fire, as I would be. Although what I'd also be is absolutely shitting bricks right now. Because it's never over until it is over. And I'll tell you that much. That's all I'll warn you of. But right now, you're definitely the better team. However, what I would say, because you're dominating so much, Swansea could be on the counter-attack here. They could be in, but that's... Oh my god, I just threw up in my own throat. Beautiful defending by Pontus Jansson there. Absolute club legend, Pontus Jansson. Beautiful, beautiful man. I reckon we'll get Conference League next season, or finish in the top 10 like Leeds. Well, top 10, I mean, there's no reason why you can't go top 10. That's very ambitious, you know. Not every team is a Leeds United, you know what I mean? But, I mean, definitely, why not get top 10? I mean, Sheffield United even managed to get top 10. There's no reason why you can't. I'm from Japan, and I like Jamie Vardy. Mate, who doesn't like Jamie Vardy? One of the biggest shit houses in the Premier League. He's come from rags to riches, from playing non-league football just 5 or 6 years ago to holding the record for most consecutive goals scored in a Premier League season or in a Premier League campaign. Absolutely ridiculous story, absolutely ridiculous personality. He's funny, he's quality on and off the pitch. He plays the same way he speaks, with energy, tenacity, fire, aggression, and pace. Thank you very much, my boy Snipes Fire in the chat, joining the family of the most forward-thinking young pioneers of the beautiful game. It means a lot to have you here, my man. Thank you ever so much for supporting the channel with a subscription, and hopefully for your sake, not only will it be me celebrating you subscribing, but you celebrating promotion into the Premier League. You're, of course, closing in on that. Very, very close. So are you a Leicester City fan by any chance, 456? Or are you just a fan of Jamie Vardy in general? Or perhaps a Sheffield Wednesday fan? Of course, he was a Sheffield Wednesday youngster. Swansea piling on the pressure now, though. It's whipped into the box and it's flicked on by Ayew and cleared away there. That is really, really questionable defending by Sergi Canos. He's getting an absolute talking to by Pontus Jansson. And can you blame him? Because that was unnecessary from Canos there. He had loads of time and space. Could have left the keeper to come and get it. Instead, decides to flick it off for a Swansea corner. Ayew causing some trouble here. The referee, who is this muppet? I keep forgetting his name. I see this referee all the time. He's an absolute clampet, for want of a better word. You know, he's I forgot his name. Connor Roberts now is poised. The ball is whipped in, and it is a terrible, terrible, terrible corner. Actually, terrible doesn't quite put into words how bad that corner was. It was weak, it was placid, and it had about as much accuracy as a blind man playing darts. As Brentford spring on the counter-attack. Jensen on the ball now. What do you guys think of Jensen? He's fallen off a bit. Fallen off a bit in people's estimations. Of course, Snipes, you'll know a bit more about Jensen than me. Not Pontus Jansson, but Jensen, the midfielder, because Leeds were linked with him quite a bit. I presume that's him. Yeah, Jensen. Last year he was like talk of the town. Really, he was meant to be the next big thing. You know, a guy who's calm on the ball, a guy who had very good ball progression numbers and very good deep lying possession statistics. So I you know, he was touted to go to a lot of Premier League sides, and maybe he will get his break next year in the Premier League. But what have you made of his performances so far this year? Has he been, is he one of those underrated players? One of those players that is basically, he's only recognised to be as good by the fans that watch him week in, week out. And maybe he doesn't have the panache or the flair on one-off games. I like the Swansea legend, Wilfred Bonney. Well, you're liking a load of quality players, mate, because Wilfred Bonney is an absolute machine. Who can forget the famous... Come on, Wilfred Bonney, score some goal for Swansea. We go wow, wow, wow. As Brentford could be going wild, wild, wild in a second, piling a lot of pressure on there. Yeah, Wilfred Bonney, one hell of a player in his day. Ever since he went to Man City, though, his career kind of petered out from that point, didn't it? It's unfortunate for him that it did peter out in that way, but... it did happen. Maybe you could say injuries kind of held him back a bit as well. He was a bit injury prone. But, you know, he still had a bit to offer. And then he came back to Swansea, what was it, a couple years ago as well. And he was just sat on the bench most of the time. A lot of Swansea fans very happy about it. My mate, actually, who is a Swansea fan, was buzzing to see him come back. But then he was like, what a waste of space. Get this guy out of here. He's not even playing, man. He's just sat on the bench the whole time. Ball is sprayed forward now. It's looking easy for Brentford to defend this. Everything's in front of them. Everything Swansea are trying to do is in front of them They don't really have any runners like spreading them in behind. Anyone making the run to make the defenders question themselves. There's no razzmatazz. You know what I mean? It's too samey. It's too placid and flaccid. And if there's one thing you don't want to be, is flaccid. You know, that's not good. Especially if you're trying to use the hallmark of pressure that you should be aiming for. As we all know, there's only one pressure level that you should be applying in a game of this magnitude. And that's what? That's to give as much pressure as an erection on skinny jeans. And unfortunately for Swansea right now, they're trying it. They've... you know, it's not quite getting there. It's like a semi in a pair of joggers right now. It's not quite got the oomph on it. It hasn't quite got the tightness, the squeeze, the tenacity that is required to really cause Brentford some issues. It's quite placid. Although, they are causing them a few issues here. They've ripped a long shot with Grimes and it is blocked away. And they are spraying the ball around now. They're getting a bit more possession. See you again. I like England. See you. Thank you very much for tuning in. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. I very do much appreciate your time. And thank you to whoever did just like this the stream there. I can't see who liked it, of course. But whoever did, just know you're an absolute legend. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. As they're showing another replay of that Emiliano Marcondes goal there. Of course, the Mbueno run. That was really bad defending, isn't it? They're showing it here. That is really, really poor defending. It's open. It's wide. You didn't even have to work to get them through. They crumbled like a digestive in a hot mug of tea. And thank you to whoever else just like the stream. I'm really appreciating the support today. Again, I don't know who you are. I don't know what your name is. But I can only thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting the channel, supporting the stream, and supporting the community, supporting all of us together. Yes. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Thank you very much for subscribing and joining the biggest community of forward-thinking young pioneers of the beautiful game. It does mean a lot to me personally that you would take your time to subscribe to the channel. And of course, I will be back again later streaming the Champions League final. So make sure you're here as well, because that is going to pop off. Let me tell you, we're going to be getting the beers in. We're going to be chatting along, vibing, having a good time, and you don't want to miss it. Poor from Swansea. It has been very poor from Swansea, Sajid. You must be ripping your hair out. That defense Emiliano Marcondes goal was very, very questionable. Crumbled like a digestive in a hot mug of tea, like I said. So, more gaps than I've ever seen. More gaps than the tectonic plates in Africa. To quote Mark Goldbridge, your defence had about as much resistance as a soggy poppadom catching a bowling ball. And thank you very much for whoever else just liked the stream. They're up to 4 likes now. Thank you guys so much. Again, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're liking from. But whoever you are, wherever you are, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. It does mean a lot. And I tell you what would mean a lot to Sajid Khan is if his team could pull their finger out right now and get a goal. Get something going in this game. But so far, Mbueno could be in to make it 3. But indeed he doesn't. Now we're up to 5 likes. Now, 5 likes. What a big milestone that is. Thank you guys so much for liking. Again, I don't know who you are. Whoever you just liked it. I don't know where you're liking from. But all I do know is that you're an absolute legend and I love your face. Thank you for supporting me, supporting you. As Brentford spring on yet another attack. It is relentless right now. They are not letting up. They are like a rash that Swansea cannot get rid of. As I said, they went to the supermarket today. They went to the chemist. They went to the pharmacist. They said, hey, I've got a rash. I can't get rid of it. The rash it's causing me a lot of agitation. I need to itch it. But you know what? They said, here, try this. Try some Sudocrem. Try some extra sensitive gel. some extra sensitive bonding cream. They tried it, they rubbed it all on, they caressed it onto their skin. And they thought, this rash is going to go away. Give it a couple of minutes and it will go away. But no, Brentford come there with their big monstrous claw of a hand and they scratch that rash. They scratch it harder. They scratch it harder and harder and harder until that rash sends pulsating blood coursing through every vein of that Swansea defence. And that defence is looking weaker and weaker by the moment as Brentford continue their tirade of attacks. Woodman now springs the ball forward, sprays it out to the left there. More spray than a half-full Lucozade bottle. More splash than an obese man jumping into a swimming pool. It does look like Brentford will coolly and calmly slide their way into half-time with this lead intact. With this 2-0 lead intact, unless if Swansea can have anything to say about it. But who do you think could possibly be the main man for Swansea, possibly inspire a comeback? Would you bring someone on? Let's have a little look at the benches, shall we? Who could you possibly bring on for Swansea? Notable names on the bench. Of course, you have got Ryan Bennett, Yandanda, Ben Hammer, Morgan Whittaker, Liam Cullen, Corey Smith, Joel Latibudari, Ryan Manning and Kieran Freeman. If you ask me, Yandanda is the one that impresses me. Yandanda is the man I'd bring on. Whenever I've seen Yandanda play, he's got a bit of pace to him. He's got a bit of creativity. He's a bit unpredictable in the way he moves. He can go inside. He can cut outside. Or cut inside and go outside, rather. He's a player who injects mystery, you know? He can turn the game on a knife edge. And that's why I think Yandanda would probably be the guy I'd bring on. But who do you guys think? If we still got Sajid in here, who would you bring on for Swansea? And who would you bring on for Brentford to either shore out the game or potentially go and push for that third goal? Swansea now on the attack though. And someone has been absolutely cruised down there by Sergi Canos. Sergi Canos potentially in the risk of picking up a second yellow card there. Let's see what happens here. So he has the ball, and he just steps on his foot. That is malicious. Connor Roberts there. He stepped on his foot, scythed him down there. That is malicious. It had ill intent. But I don't think it's enough for a booking for me. Pontus Jansson readies the men, readies the pack. Can they get this ball away? They need to get this ball away, but Swansea need a good delivery here. Matt Grimes steps over the ball. A dead ball specialist, Connor Roberts to his left. I feel like it's going to be the in-swinger. It's whipped in by Grimes. Is it flicked on by Ayew? And it's flicked on. Is it a corner or a goal kick? But that was a lovely, lovely ball in there. Lovely movement from Andre Ayew there. Flicks it over. It does hit the goalkeeper's hand and it is ricocheted onto the top of the crossbar there. He's almost punched Ayew in the face there. And this is not a good time for my Sky Sports stream to crash. I don't know what's going on here. This is not good. And it's back. Sorry if you guys had a little delay there. My internet cut off for a second there. And it is a goal kick. That's surprising. I thought that was a corner. I did not see a goal kick coming from there. The League 2 playoff final is taking place on Monday. Morecambe versus Newport. Let me do it to ya. Let me do it to ya. 1 minute left. My stream is literally, well, not even a stream. It is a stream, but it's a bloody Sky Sports stream, mate. For the amount of money you got to pay for Sky Sports, I'd expect better quality service than this, lad. But it is going blurry, but it has gone now. I can see there are 2 minutes of additional time, 2 minutes of regulatory time left. Well, added on, just 30 seconds left to go until half-time. And like I said, it does look like Brentford will be cruising into the half-time break with their 2-0 lead intact. Cruising for a bruising, you could say. As Brentford set on one last attack. Can they possibly do it? The ball's given back to Janssen. And no, they're not going for the attack. They're playing off the half. And that should be it. That should be all she wrote. That should be game. That should be Sweet Caroline. And it is. That is it. Half time. 2-0 Brentford. 2-0 Brentford. Let's get that timer out of the way. Let's get it ready for the second half. What are your guys' thoughts on that first half? Of course, I feel like Brentford were definitely the team that were causing them problems and definitely deserving of that 2-0 lead so far. But what do you guys think? Do you agree with me there? Or do you think Swansea are a bit hard done by? Do you think that penalty was a penalty? Do you feel like VAR would have overturned it? I don't know. You guys let me know down below. I tell you what we do need to do though is have a little gander at Reddit. Let's see if we can find that penalty so I can show you. So I can show you what it is. Let's have a little breeze on r/soccer. Sorry lads, let me, I'm on the wrong screen. Bap, bap. Oh. Alright. Let's have a little look at Reddit. Let's see what it's saying. Let's see if they're going to show me the goal. In fact, also, here we go. Brentford, Emiliano Marcondes. This is that goal. Is anyone going to show the penalty, though? That's what I want to see. Or the crossbar. An absolute ricocheting shot off the crossbar by Ivan Toney. Could have made it 3-0. Here you go. Let's see if they show this. This... All right, let's. I don't want to get taken down. So they just scored, yeah. They just scored a goal, and they come out springing on the counter attack here. Gets the ball there. Wait till you see this. Look at that. Oh. Oh, sumptuous strike. Absolutely sumptuous. Chelsea 10-0. What do you mean Chelsea 10-0, mate? Why do you keep coming at me with this Chelsea 10-0? It's not happening, geezer. Chelsea are not winning the Champions League. I refuse. Yeah? They are not winning this sweet, sweet trophy. Yeah? They've already won it once. They're not going to win it again. It's City's year. I can feel it. I can smell it. And I can taste it. What are you guys thinking about that first half? Do you think Brentford will do it? Do you think they will hold off? Do you think Swansea can possibly come back? Like I said, who would you bring on for Swansea? Who would you bring on for Brentford? Who would you bring on for Brentford to well, kind of squeeze the game off, maybe hold them off, keep the goals at 0, keep the clean sheet, shall I say? Or who would you bring on to Swansea to change the game? I tell you, I'd bring Raheem Sterling on for either team, and Raheem Sterling has got to play in the final tonight. You know what I will say tonight? Anyone that wants to make some serious money, put your money on Sergio Aguero scoring the winner. It's written in the stars. It's going to be like 3-3 leading into the 90th minute. It's going to be a Raheem Sterling hat-trick. He's probably going to get Mount scoring a couple of goals. Maybe Foden will have scored one for City. You know, that kind of good storyline. And it's all going to be on a knife edge. And then all of a sudden, 93rd minute, 20 seconds on the clock. Who's going to pop up? Sergio Aguero smashing home a winner. It's written in the stars, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, it is written in the stars. Alright, let's see if they show this penalty. I want to know what you guys think about this penalty. Edison Cavani wins goal of the month. What do you guys think of this? Absolutely ridiculous stuff. That's getting a downvote from me. What do you mean, Edison Cavani goal of the month? Absolutely ridiculous decision. Absolutely criminal decision, I'd go as far to say. That is one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Arsenal are working to sell players in the next day. Olympique Marseille in advanced talks to sign Matteo Guendouzi. That would be a massive signing. Matteo Guendouzi, I mean, he is a real prospect. He is a real baller, let me tell you. Eric Garcia on PK comparisons. I mean, this is ridiculous. PK and Garcia, let's have it right, mate. They're not on the same planet. I know PK didn't really get on at Man U and then he went off to Barca, so they're drawing similarities there. But Garcia and PK are not on the same planet, yeah? We're not on the same planet at all. Absolutely laughable comparison there. Absolutely laughable. R/Championship? R/EFL. Let's see if that's the thing. Oh, well, what a popping subreddit that is. R/Championship. Ah, yes, there is one. Yes, boys. I didn't think I'd be coming back in here anytime soon. Swansea match thread. Alright, come on. Is someone showing it? Is someone showing it? Only a red if the keeper's intention was to take out the man, but he clearly went for the ball and missed. Penalty wasn't a red for sure, but I think everyone was calling for a red for Grimes. Two-footed control, stud up, should have been a red for me. Not sure about that one, Chief. Not sure about that one either, but what do you guys think? Do you agree with them? Do you not agree with them? Should it have been a penalty for Matt Grimes for his reckless challenge, or should it have been, not a penalty, a red card, sorry, and should it have been a penalty for the goalkeeper's challenge on Mbuemo? There's no one showing the penalty, man. I don't know about that. I don't know about this. Whoops, wrong stream. It is half time still, about 10 minutes until the second half. 10 minutos to go. I am, of course, going to have a little quick drinks break. I will be back in a matter of 2 minutes. Do not go anywhere. I will be straight back for the second half. As you said last time when I went to the toilet and you saw my pace, you saw the blistering pace, you saw the quick twitch fiber muscles in my glutes. I have the pace of Raheem Sterling. They don't call me the white Raheem Sterling for nothing. I'll be back in a matter of seconds. Yes, boys, we are back for the second half. It is just about to commence. I did need to grab a little snack and a nice glass of water. Of course, this glass, well, sort of rather the contents of the glass will be altered later when we are doing the second stream of the night for a bit of the old bubbly. Turn that off and let's get back ready to rumble. What do you guys think will happen in this second half? Do you think Swansea can come back? Do you think Brentford will hold off? From the way that first half has gone, I only see Brentford winning this now. Brentford have by far been the better side. Swansea have been, for the best part, pretty damn poor, should I say. Pretty damn poor indeed. And I think Swansea fans themselves will let you know that they have been pretty porous. I need to make sure this timer is perfect. By the way, the timer, so you'll see it will go up 1 to 45 again. This timer doesn't go, every time it goes past 60 seconds, it goes back to 1. So it's really weird. So I have to just go 1 to 45. Kind of just think of it as American sports, where you have the second half and the second half of 45 rather than 45 going up to 90. I do need to manage to find a new timer because that is kind of annoying, the way I have to redo it every time. But come on. Alright, the second he kicks that ball, I'm going to do it. Come on, show me the money. Wait, what? Oh, it started it at 1 minute, man. It started it at 1 minute. One absolute shambles. One absolute heap of shambles. Well, I'm going to have to wait a minute to resume that then. It is not 1 minute into the game. It's actually 17 seconds into the game. Swansea on the ball already, looking to spring an attack forward to Andre Ayew, but another woeful ball. Catastrophic ball. Catastrophic, megasmorphic disaster of a ball. Come on, 20 seconds left. Free kick to Swansea in the opposition half. I really, man, I want them to do something. I want them to make a game out of this, but I don't see it happening right now. They look about as consistent as pigeon shit on Trafalgar Square when it comes to coming forward with the ball. Ridiculous. And there you go. The timer is synced up. Cinco de Mayo weekend. Perfecto. That means it is the 46th minute, by the way. So just add 45 onto whatever you see the timer as. Oh, Swansea, Ayew! Oh, he's missed an absolute sitter! Andre Ayew, how have you missed that, son? That is terrible. That is one of the worst finishes I've ever seen. That is Timo Werner-esque. Ah, the ball's whipped in by Grimes, and oh my days. Janssen leaves the ball. The defence parts like Moses in the Red Sea. The gap emerges and he walks through and he's there. He's probably about 5 yards in front of goal and he goes to head it and absolutely slices it wide, Ayew. That is poor. He missed some big chances in the semi-finals against Brentford last year, which came to lead to Swansea getting knocked out by Brentford, and he's missed a massive chance there. That is a gilt-edged chance by Andre Ayew. He's got to be slotting that. That is simply not good enough. Not good enough one bit. He's ripped a shot now. Sergi Canos is it. It's just gone over the bar now. Still 2-0. Next goal is very, very decisive, if you ask me. The next goal will decide the way this game is going. If Brentford are to score, that's it. Sweet dreams. You can pack your sunshine up. You can pack it all away. You can pack your pencil case away, son. Class time is over, because there's no way Swansea are overturning a 3-goal deficit. I fail to see it, especially not with finishing like that. With finishing like that, you can kiss your sweet dreams goodbye right now. Let's go Brentford from Bargav Condetti. Sorry if I butchered your name there, Bargav, but I can't really see exactly how that's meant to be pronounced. I hope I did it justice. But yes, mate, you're going to be absolutely loving life in just a matter of 45 minutes. I'm sure you've got your finger pressed over the cork on that champagne bottle right now, ready to let go the second this game hits full time. And you played very well. You're definitely deserving of the lead right now, Brentford. Definitely deserving of it. By far and away the better team this game. Swansea just haven't showed up, and Brentford have. Brentford have been clinical, they've been sharp, they've been quick. And we got a new subscriber, Bargav Condetti. Thank you ever so much for subscribing and joining the biggest army of forward-thinking young pioneers that the beautiful game has to offer. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot for supporting the channel, helping me support you. As Swansea come charging forward, that's something you won't be looking to see. And hopefully for your sake, mate, you'll be celebrating promotion tonight. There's just 40 minutes left of the game. I'm sure your heart is going through multiple triple front flip palpitations right now. As mine would be. There would be sweat coming out of my nostrils and my eyeballs simultaneously right now if I was in your position. I can only imagine what your stomach is going through right now. You are possibly 40 minutes away from finally getting that promotion. I mean, what a story it's been. You got good party vibes. You doing a chat? Are you doing a watch along for the Champions League later? You're damn right. I'm doing a watch along for the Champions League later, and it's going to be even more party vibes there because I'm going to be getting the drinks out with you boys. We're all going to be there having a good time. I'm going to start it around maybe half an hour before. We can get the drinks in, have a good conversation, see what's happening, and watch the big game, the Champions League final. I will be doing that tonight. I hope to see you there, Bargav. It would be an absolute pleasure to see you there. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that comment. Means a lot, mate. Means a lot. I'm not sure if it's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. I hope it's a good thing. So I'll take it as a compliment. Swansea, with some complimentary balls going forward here. Unfortunately, the only party that they're complimenting is Brentford's defence, because they're giving it straight to them with ease there. Not even having to work for the ball, Brentford. Swansea handing it to them on a silver platter. Really, really poor from them. Like I say, about as much accuracy as a blind man playing darts when they go forward at times. And this is it. It's slowing down a bit now. Swansea are getting a bit of a control over the ball, but they're not doing anything with it. They're sat in their own half, passive, and playing it around the back. If I'm a Swansea fan right now, I'm ripping my hair out. I'm saying, throw the kitchen sink at it, man. You've got 40 minutes left to show for your entire championship campaign. The entire season has been leading up to this. You have 40 minutes left. Go for it. Take a gamble. Make some risks. No. They're not doing any of that. It's too passive, man. You need to be going at them quick, going at them hard, intense. Have runners in behind. They're not having anywhere near enough runners in behind. Everything that's happening right now is happening in front of the Brentford back four. There's no one running in behind. There's no one giving Janssen a thing to think about. And you saw it there with the you miss. The second they have runners off the ball that are making the Brentford defenders look around, turn around like, oh, what's going on here? They've been getting in there. They've been creating spaces. They've been creating opportunities, but it's been too slow. It's been too much in front of them. They're trying to slowly pass it through them instead of making some taking some risks and having a couple of people use their pace down the wing. gives a new option. Gamer Guy Ethan, hello. Thank you very much for tuning in, buddy. Pleasure to see your face as always. How is it going, mate? How's your day going? I hope it's going well. I see you did a prediction for the Champions League today. I saw the thumbnail. I didn't actually have time to watch it. I'll watch it later. But I saw that you said Chelsea were going to win 2-0. And I'm not too sure about that one, geezer. I'm not too sure one bit. I think City are going to do it. But hey, anything can happen. It is, of course, a Champions League final. As you can see, I've got my special Champions League top on because the fever is in the air right now. Swansea keep missing. Exactly, mate. Like I'm saying, if I'm a Swansea fan right now, I am ripping my hair out. They haven't created enough. It hasn't been cut. They haven't had enough cutting edge going forward. And when they have created opportunities, it's been woeful. You know, the finishing has not been good enough. It has not been good enough one bit. And someone's down here. Matt Grimes in trouble again with the referee. Matt Grimes is really on a rope's edge right now. Well, sorry, he's on a knife edge. His status in the game is on a knife edge, and he is on thin ropes right now. Paper thin ropes. He could be heading out of the game. He's had a few of those challenges now where he could have really got a second yellow, potentially a red card. He's been very, very reckless so far. Let's see what's happened here. So he looks to have elbowed him in the side of the head there. I'm not too sure if there's too much in it for me. So they've jumped up. It's a 50-50. He's led in with his elbow as he's jumped. So he's jumped, leading in with his elbow there. You're always playing a risky game there, jumping in with your elbow. Do I think it's a free kick, a yellow card? I think it's harsh. I think it'd be harsh to give him a yellow card, but that is dangerous play. And it's not even Grimes. I'm an absolute clampet. It's Conor Hourihane. I don't know why I said it was Grimes, but it was Conor Hourihane. And why Conor Hourihane has been let go, I do not know. I think he could have been a worthy adversary for Villa. He's very, very good. He's very underrated. He's very crisp on the ball. And he's got a great radar on him. He's got a very good radar on him. And thank you, whoever did just like the stream. I did just see it go up to 6 likes now. Thank you ever so much. As I say, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're watching from, where you're liking from. But from the bottom of my heart, I love your face. Thank you ever so much for liking. I do appreciate the support on the channel. It's game over for me. I don't think I'd say it's game over yet. I've seen stranger things happen. Football's a funny old game. Anything can happen. Anything can happen within 5 minutes of football. I mean, being a Leeds fan alone will tell you that much. You know, how many times have things happened to me? Like that. That was me. Well, thank you very much, Ethan. I do very much appreciate the support. I love your face, buddy. It does mean a lot from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, no, football's a funny old game. I wouldn't write him off just yet. Would not write him off just yet. I do think Brentford are most likely going to get the win. They have by far been the better team. But Swansea have started to build a bit of pressure going now. They've started to get the passing going a lot quicker. They've upped the tempo in their game. The tenacity's looking a bit sharper. They've whipped a beautiful free kick in here. And unfortunately, no one could get on the end of it. But it's building. It's growing. Swansea growing into the game now. It's all to play for. 1 goal in the next 10 minutes. And it's all to play for. Then all of a sudden, they need 1 more and they go into penalties. And anything can happen. However, if Brentford are to get the next game, then the next goal, then it is sweet dreams, it is sweet Caroline, it is all over. The next goal has it all. But Swansea looking like they could be getting a goal in the next minute here. Brentford are looking a bit wider. They're looking a bit tired. They're not bringing players back as quickly as they were before. Swansea are finding a few more gaps. Having said that, Brentford now spring on the counter-attack. This game is really growing life into it now. It's really, really looking a lot more energetic than it did in the first half, should I say. Probably more from Brentford. See you at 8, mate. Thank you, Sajid. I'd love to see you at 8 for the stream. Make sure you're there. Hey, you never know. You could come back. That you miss really, really has screwed you over, though, mate. But you always got a chance. You've always got a chance, Sajid. You've always got a chance. Don't count yourself out too early. But I do hope to see you at 8, mate. I will be back before 8. Not even 8 on the dot. I'll be back before 8 for that Champions League stream. And it is not one to miss. Let me tell you that for sure. I tell you who is missing though, and his name is Andre Ayew. I tell you, that guy couldn't hit a barn door. He could not hit a barn door, Ayew. Absolutely ridiculous finishing from him today. Absolutely ridiculous finishing from him in quite a lot of big games I've seen. What a miss from Swansea. Your stream may be just ahead of mine, mate. If so, I'm not sure quite what the miss is. Unless if I'm about to see an absolute sitter in the next minute, which I presume I am, that could be it. Of course, my stream is in the 58th minute, as you can see there. That 13 minutes add on to 45. Swansea with the ball out on the right. Out on the right-hand side. It's drilled across. It's cut back, and that is wide. It was a tough angle, though. It was a tough angle. I didn't really see him scoring from there. Let's see again. Who is that? So Ayew makes a good decoy run there. Good decoy run. And it comes out to the side there. Low picks up the ball. Yeah, he's never scoring from there. I don't know what he's playing at. It's a lovely turn with the outside of his right foot, but then he's just completely swung in and shanked it with his left. Why not wait? Why not slow it down and try and pass it into the box? Give your teammate an option to slot it from a better angle. Why are you rushing the shot there? It's stupid, it's needless, and it's rushed. It's rushed, it's panicked. You're never going to score like that. They have no composure. You're on the 59th minute. So am I, mate. So am I. You can literally see my time there of when it is. I'm currently on the 59th minute, 20 seconds. 23 seconds now. 24, 25, 26. Brentford springing on an attack, but this is it. This is better from Swansea. This is a lot better from Swansea. Brentford losing the ball now quite a lot every time they go forward. Swansea are tracking the midfield runners a lot better. They're looking tighter. They're looking harder to break down. Before, in the first half, they were too open for me. There were too many gaps. They were too easy to exploit. But in the second half, they've calmed it down a bit. They've managed to stop Brentford from just walking through them. Honestly, in the first half at times, it was like a steak knife going through butter. It was absolutely ridiculous. But now they flipped the script a bit. Now it's more like a butter knife going through steak. I'm on 60th minute. So am I, pal. So am I. We're very, it must be literally exactly the same time then. Literally exactly the same time. That is very good timing here. Must be watching the Sky Sports stream as well. But do you guys think Swansea can come back from this? Or am I delusional? Am I delusional by thinking that they have a shot here? Because look, like I say, anything can happen in this funny old game called football. The funny old game of where 11 men kick a round ball around on a patch of grass. However, that period of dominance seems to be coming to an end here. Brentford are getting a bit more of a foothold on the game. And that's not good news if you're a Swansea fan. You want to make the most of that period of dominance you have. That period of 10 to 15 minutes. You want to make the most of it. And if you're a Brentford fan, that is very, very good news because you've just weathered the storm. You have just weathered the tirading storm of Swansea attack. And now it looks like they could steal a goal. What a miss from Brentford. I mean, I'm not seeing any miss yet. They've got a corner here. Could be a big miss on the horizon. The ball is about to be whipped in. Who is going to stand over the corner? Pontus Jansson is coming forward. Big Pontus. He loves to suck on those energy supplements, doesn't he? I've seen him before against Villa. He comes up. He literally grabs two of them out of his sock. Sucks them both. The ball comes in. And it's gone past everyone there. And he's ripped the shot into Pontus Jansson. Pontus Jansson's blocked his own teammate's shot there. His head's too big for his own good there. He's too good at defending, man. He's just blocked his own shot. Oh, mate, the ball, I can't see who's ripped that shot there. It looked like it was flying top bins for a second there. Or was it going wide? Let's have a look. Pinnock. Oh, it was going wide, I think. Pinnock rips a shot off straight into Pontus Jansson. I don't think, there was no way that was going in. It could have crept in. It could have. Swansea will need to get a goal soon, as it will cause Brentford to sit back and hold on to their lead. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. This is what I'm talking about. If Swansea can get a goal in the next 10 minutes, then it's all to play for. Then all of a sudden, Brentford, the pressure starts to pile on Brentford. And you know what? I'm not a Brentford hater. You know what I mean? But what I will say, one of the shortcomings of Brentford have been in the past is that they're a side who, under a bit of pressure sometimes, have seemed to crumble. They seem to have struggled with a bit of pressure, as we saw last year in the playoff final, as we saw last year when they did fade away in the last 2 games of the season when they could have secured automatic promotion. So maybe that could be a factor. However, I do think that, to caveat that, should I say, this team do look more mature. They look wiser. They're players that have been there and done it before. They've been there, got the t-shirt, got to the final last year, saw how close they were to winning, and I don't see them crumbling under too much pressure. However, it could be all to play for if Swansea get a goal next. But if they don't get a goal soon, then I don't see them getting anywhere near into it. They have to get it in the next 10 minutes for me. Otherwise, it'll be too comfortable for Brentford. They'll possibly go up the other end, probably score again. They really need Swansea to pile the pressure on them now, as Janssen has just absolutely shoulder barged someone there. Brentford injury maybe. No, there wasn't an injury. It was Pontus Janssen down, but he is back up. Thankfully, it's not an injury, because I do love my guy Pontus Janssen. It will forever be a legend for me. Forever be a legend. I'm so sad that he didn't get to come to the Premier League with Leeds. I'm so sad that he didn't. But for him, I'd be very, very happy if he could make it to the Premier League now, for his sake. Because, man, he was an absolute cult hero for us. He was a cult hero. He was like a Gaetano Berardi-esque figure. In fact, probably even more loved by the fans while he was there. He was a real fan favourite. He died for the shirt. He always works hard. He always gives you 110%, does Pontus Janssen. He's a real workhorse. And he's very self-motivated as well, you know. Regardless of what's going on around him, he's going to die for that shirt. He's going to give you every single last bit of blood, sweat and tear that he has left in his body. As Swansea rip a corner in. It's flicked on, but it's flicked over. It's flicked just past there. And it's come back to Grimes. Grimes on the ball, nutmegs your man Pinnock. Low passes it across. Edge of the box now, it's ripped. It's ripped just wide. Is it out to Grimes? No, Marcondes got there and he's been absolutely side down by Grimes. And it's a straight red! It's a straight red! Oh, would you believe it? That is a straight red card. He's absolutely hack and slashed him from behind. It's a straight red, and as Ethan's saying in the chat, it should be game over now. Fulton, what are you playing at? That is so stupid and so needless. It's in the other side of the pitch, going into a corner for Brentford, and he's just stamped on his Achilles. That is absolutely disgusting. That is, it's accidental, but it's so disgusting. It looks like he's two-footed him. So he's gone there, he's stood on his ankle, and as he's done that, he's gone to run, and he's tripped over and kind of flared forward with both legs there. So it looks like he's two-footed him like that, but in reality, he's just slipped over. But he's studded straight down his Achilles there. Oh, that is absolutely disgusting. Oh, I can feel the pain there. I feel bad for Fulton because that is really unlucky that he's been sent off there. He didn't mean to. He was just running and he got too close to him and he stamped on his leg. I don't think it was intentional for me. You can see it in his face. It really wasn't malicious. I feel bad for the guy. He didn't mean that. He didn't mean that one bit. But, oh, that is painful. That is the worst kind of pain you can feel, is when someone stamps your Achilles. It's such a soft tendon in your muscle there. Anyone that's played football knows that when you even get kicked in your Achilles, mate, it's ropes. Let alone when someone's foot literally drags down the back of it. It's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. That is one of the worst things. Like, oh, that's made me uncomfortable watching that. That's made me very uncomfortable watching that. I had a few of those in my time, and especially for a player when you're trying to cut in and out and you're trying to be sharp on your ankle and you have that there, it just throws your whole balance off. It's really detrimental. He does look alright though. He does look alright. He does look like he's carrying on there. He's soldiering through it. And good on the lad there. Good on the lad for keeping on. Jensen it was. Jensen. Hopefully, much pain. Let me have a look at him now. He seems to be running along alright. He seems to be fine. He doesn't seem to be in too much discomfort, which is always good to see. But I don't see Swansea getting away back into the game there. What the even attack was that even was that even a tackle? No, it was what. It wasn't intentional is what it was. Basically, what's happened is he's got the ball in front of him, Jensen. So this geezer's gone. He's running, and he runs just too close to him. And because he's too close to him, he accidentally steps onto the back of his foot here. So he steps onto it, and then his foot is dragged down, and he slips over. And as he slips over, his legs go up like this. So it looks like he's basically just two-footed him like that. But in reality, he's just tripped over his ankle. It wasn't intentional at all. He's basically tripped over. But the way it looked, obviously, it made it look a lot worse than it was. But still, what happened to him was terrible, but it wasn't an intentional foul. So I don't know if it should have been a red for me. It was a bit reckless to get that close to him. It was a bit reckless. It was crazy. But it is a red card nonetheless, and that does really put Swansea up against it now. They really, really are on the ropes right now, like a heavyweight boxer getting pounded, and they are just waiting for the final bell. Can they potentially pull out that last bit of spirit, that last bit of fight? This would be one hell of a turnaround if they managed to do it now. It would be a story for the bookies. Brentford putting everything on the line there, slaying them down. Swansea fans up in arms, roaring in anger, desperate for a goal, baying for a last opportunity to claw something back out of this game. Let's see what happens here. Grimes on the side gets absolutely... Not Grimes, Connor Roberts has the ball. He chops inside, and Vitaly Janlet just headbutts him in the ankle there. Basically, dolphin dives at him and knocks him down. But Swansea do have a free kick now. 20 minutes left in the game. They need this to go into the box. They need it to find Low, to find Ayew. Potentially Low. He does carry more aerial threat, and he is currently unmarked in the back sticks. But no, the ball is not good enough. It's in fact terrible. That is one of the worst balls I've ever seen. And believe me, I've seen some dodgy balls, and it's just struck the first man there. That is absolutely terrible. No height on it. Quite a lot of power, but too much dip. Way too low there. That is very poor. And you need better quality than that when you're trying to chase a game like this. When you only have 10 men, you need a lot better quality than that. Let's see, who is this? He's absolutely smashed the ball off the pitch there. 20 minutes left. It's looking like Brentford could be heading to the Premier League. It's looking like Swansea are kissing their chances goodnight of Premier League football. For not just potentially this year, but potentially another few years. Because they've been there or thereabouts the past couple of years. And if you finish in the playoffs for a couple years in the Championship, anyone that's been in the Championship knows you probably won't finish there the next year. You're not going to be there or thereabouts for 3 or 4 years in a row. You have a 1 or 2 year grace period. So for either of these sides, if they fail to make it up this year, it could be detrimental. It could be very, very detrimental to them. Because it's very rare that you manage to stay there or thereabouts consistently in the Championship. Because it's such a turbulent league. It's honestly the hardest league I've ever seen. You play so many games. You're playing 3 games a week most weeks. 46 games in a season. Midweek games throughout Christmas. I mean, they go on about the Premier League Christmas period. Have you seen the Championship Christmas period? It's ridiculous. No time for resting, no time for anything. And most of the time, you're playing around the similar 11, each of those games. So they're getting absolutely shattered because you're not going to really have a crazy squad depth when you're in the Championship either. It's such a hard league to get out of. And I'll tell you that firsthand. I got stuck in it for 16 years of my life, 3 of which were in League One. Jensen on the free kick. Oh, mate. Oh, Atomic, mate. You're a funny guy, man. You always find a way to make me crease. You make me laugh so much. I mean, oh, mate. Oh, Leeds back in the championship. Do me a favour. Do me a favour. Oh, that is absolutely laughable comment. Leeds back in the championship. Never, son. Champions League. Yes. Championship. No. Last time Brentford went up to Division 1 was 1947. 74 years ago. Exactly. It's been a long, hard, tumultuous journey back to the top for Brentford. Floundering in not even the Championship, but even League One as of recent times, until they employed this Moneyball tactic. Quite a strange squad, Brentford, actually, because most teams, what they do, they have their main team, and then they have their academy teams, their youth teams, and they get younger and younger and younger. They have an under-21s and under-16s, PL2 teams. Brentford, they were like, nah, forget all of that. Forget the youth team or whatever. They make a reserve team out of, like, professional players, like their top level players, and they just have two squads. They have their development squad and their main team, and everyone is basically in and around the same thing. I don't think they really even have a youth team, if I'm correct in saying that. And they've really developed this Moneyball style. As much as Moneyball can be in English football, of course it is an American concept. But the way they've gone about it is so impressive. They scout players based very statistically heavy statistical analysis on the players that they scout and the players that they buy. And this is why they have such good recruitment. This is why even when they lose their likes of an Ollie Watkins, they go out the next summer and buy an Ivan Toney. Their recruitment is second to none. The foundations of the club from top to bottom has been nothing short of excellent in the past 6 or 7 years or so, however long since they employed this Moneyball style. And they're really a dark horse, you know. Sure, they're not a massive club, but they've got potential, you know. They've just built a new stadium. It's a very nice stadium by all accounts. A very, very nice stadium. Looks a bit like Football Manager, you know, when you're watching it on the TV, but still a nice stadium. And everything's there for them. If they can get to the Premier League, why not? I back them to, you know, maybe do what Bournemouth did, but with a bit of a better infrastructure than Bournemouth. Bournemouth were, I mean, let's be real here, they got the money and they just got happy with it and started splashing the cash willy-nilly all over the gaff. It was a pretty ridiculous turn of events for Bournemouth by the end of it. It became a bit laughable at times. Because, let's be real here, if you compare the spending of Bournemouth to the spending of Burnley, it's chalk and cheese. Bournemouth actually spent quite a lot of money. They were outspending Newcastle and teams like this, but they still went down before Burnley's because the infrastructure wasn't right from top to bottom. I'm pretty sure it was just an Eddie Howe masterclass to get them up there in the first place. I don't really like the way that club was run, and I think Brentford do have a bit of a better infrastructure behind them. So if they were to get to the Premier League, then I do back them to at least stay there for a few years and, you know, make their mark on the Premier League and potentially develop into one of the lower table clubs in years to come. I don't see them having an impact of a Leeds or an Aston Villa, which are massive colossus structures of clubs, because you can't build that kind of thing, especially not over a short period of time. These clubs have massive history. These clubs are massive clubs that are there to make a big impact on British football, and with the correct investment already have the infrastructure in place to become massive global brand. Well, they already are massive global brands, to become even bigger and break their way into the top 6. I don't think Brentford as of yet have that. Within 5 to 10 years, maybe they can build themselves into that. But I definitely back them to have a good positive impact on the Premier League. Who are Leeds linked to? We're linked to quite a few players in key positions. Obviously, Gamer Gaithan will tell you more. He's really interested in this Sosa character. Not like I said, I don't know too much about him, but apparently there's this Sosa character who we're linked to, who's meant to be top of the range. I told you there's 2 players I want. There's 2 players we're linked with, and there's 2 players I want very much. We're linked with Tagliafico. I would love to see him at left back. I'd love to see what he could do in a Bielsa system. He would be absolutely beautiful down that left-hand side of the defence. Give him more attacking prowess. Roman Perraud, as he says, that's the other left back we've been linked with. Another great attacking ball playing left back who under Bielsa could develop into quite an amazing player. Yeah, left back, as I said. And the main one, the main man, RDP. No, I'm not talking about RVP. I'm not talking about Van Fraudski. I'm talking about Rodrigo De Paul, the Udinese playmaker, Argentinian. It'd be an absolute dream if we can get him, because I've seen stuff from him. Yeah, you can look at the fact that he had the most man of the matches in Serie A last year. Yeah, you can look at the fact that he's been one of the most consistent performers this year in Serie A. But I've spoken to Serie A fans, Italian fans, Udinese fans, and just even not just speaking to the ones, but all of the ones that you hear in and around. They all talk about this guy in such high regard, that he's such an underrated player, that the things he does on the ball, the things he does off the ball, that aren't even picked up on. That's why he's getting these man of the matches. He's one of those players, I mean, he gets good goals and assist statistics, but he's not really a stat man. It's more of the underlying stats, the deep lying progression numbers, the pass completion numbers, these kind of things, the successful take-ons. These are the things he does very well. And he could really be a good adversary for Klitsch in that midfield role. So that's who I'd love to see. I'd love to see RDP and Tagliafico, who United link with. Obviously, Harry Kane, Sancho, and who else? I believe maybe Declan Rice. I don't know. Are you still linked with Declan Rice? What's happened with the Declan Rice rumours? I know definitely Sancho and Harry Kane are still linked. Yes, there is 10 minutes left, and not too much has been happening in the past 10 minutes, to be honest. Swansea have been sat back. Brentford have had quite a bit of the ball here, but they haven't been doing anything with it. They haven't been breaking them down. They've just been calmly sat there, taking off, but relaxing, basically. They look like they're already on the beach. And who can blame them? Because they're 10 minutes away from securing promotion to the promised land for the first time in 74 years, as you said earlier. First time ever in the Premier League. First time ever getting that sweet, sweet Premier League money, and it could completely transform Brentford as a club, as a whole. As they spray the ball around here, it's Ivan Toney! And he's missed an absolute sitter. That could have been 3-0. That could have been game, set, and match. That could have been GG, Sweet Caroline, baby. But he's absolutely messed that up there. United are linked to Pau Torres. Pau Torres, I mean, you saw how he played very well in that Europa League final. In fact, I was very impressed with Pau Torres specifically at the back there. I don't know if that's more of a link of just because you played them and then because he played well that you kind of link with him, because I didn't really hear too much talk of you guys being linked with him before that game. But you definitely do need a centre half, and you could go wrong, could go a lot more wrong with Pau Torres. However, you know, what I think you need is a bit of experience back there. I know you've got Harry Maguire, but I wouldn't necessarily refer to him as the most experienced player out there, you know? I'd look at potentially persuading Ramos, because Ramos, things hasn't been going so well for Ramos in La Liga recently, you know, at Real Madrid. He's been a bit hit and miss there. I mean, sure, you could say he's maybe on the way out, but I think he's still definitely got something to offer. And of course, with them just signing Alaba, who can also play centre half, maybe they're trying to phase him out. So why not go for a Ramos? Why not go for a Varane? These kind of players that are used to doing it at the big level. Because one thing about Pau Torres, and you'll know it as a Man U fan, he's playing at Villarreal right now, and it's so much easier for players when they're playing at any club that isn't Manchester United, because the second you go to Man United, you have a target on your back. You're getting scrutinised by the media week in, week out. You're getting scrutinised by the fan base. You're getting scrutinised by everyone. Just look at Harry Maguire. Everyone was sucking him off like nobody's business before he went to Man United. Of course, things haven't necessarily gone too well for him there, and he was necessarily the best player, but you always get a massive target on your back when you go there, and it's completely different pressure level. United don't need a centre-back. I strongly disagree with that. I don't think your defence is anywhere near good enough. I think you potentially need 2 centre-backs, because I don't rate Harry Maguire at all, but you definitely need one to partner either him or Bailly, because Lindelof, oh mate, he's absolutely catastrophic if you ask me. But why? Who would you start then? Who would be your starting 2 if you don't want a centre-back? And if I know exactly what's coming. I'm going to see Phil Jones. You're going to play Phil Jones and Harry Maguire at centre-back. That's who's coming. I don't even need to look at the chat. I can see there's going to be a 2-syllable name, or rather a 3-syllable name of Phil Jones sliding his way in there. Come on, show me the money. Show me the Phil Jones. But who would you seriously who would you put in your defensive 2 if you don't think that they're good enough then? As there are 6 minutes left of this game, Swansea charging forward with another attack. Again, not getting far enough. Calmly side down there. I completely messed that up. Completely messed up my words there. You forget we have Phil Jones. There you go. You forget we have Phil Jones. I told all of you. I know this guy too well. I knew he was going to come up with this fucking Phil Jones propaganda. I'm sick of it, alright? I'm sick of it. I love Phil Jones as much as the next guy, but I'm absolutely sick of this, alright? I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it anymore. You're going to cause me an aneurysm if I have to keep hearing you tell me that Phil Jones is good enough to start for you. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but back in the day in IT, for me, it was the secondary school times, and of course that was around the time of the iconic Phil Jones face, and literally every time you left your computer screen unmarked for about a minute, say you went to the toilet or something, every time without fail you'd come back, there'd just be about 50 pictures of Phil Jones plastered all over your screen, and then you'd try and get rid of it, and your teacher would come over like, oh, why are you not doing any work? Oh, the ball's whipped in by Brentford, why not doing any work? And little do they see, just some fucking AIDS pictures of Phil Jones. Then someone else will go, and then their screen will be covered by it. It was absolute carnage, let me tell you. He dominated those IT lessons, and it looks like Brentford have been dominating this game, and that they will continue to dominate it all the way until the final whistle, because it looks like it's all over now. 10 men Swansea have just 4 minutes left of regulatory time. Pontus Jansson is sat on the sidelines, on the stairs, smiling with a big fat grin on his face. He looks happy. The team look happy. It looks almost on all but done there. Opinions on Wolves. Well, Mr. I believe Servic, is it there? Opinions on Wolves. I think Wolves are... Look, I mean, I always thought it was going to be a questionable season for Wolves, to be honest. I didn't think they were going to do as well as they did last year, just because I didn't see enough proper investment. I mean, you spent 30 million on, what do you call him? Oh, I forgot the bloody... The name's gone completely blank off my head. Silva, is it? Fabio Silva, the striker. And of course, he was given too much game time. I don't feel like they would have finished as bad as they did, because obviously the Jimenez injury was massive for them. Jimenez has been one of their best players by far. He's definitely been carrying a lot of the attacking threat there. But he changed the formation up, didn't he? He started going with this 3-4-3. Adama Traore became less involved. And I feel like they really missed the link up between Adama Traore and Jimenez. That was kind of a lot of their play. A lot of their squad is aging. I mean, look at João Moutinho. He's not getting any older. Ruben Neves, has he developed the way people thought he was going to develop? Look, I feel like there's going to need to be big changes there. And I don't think that I think it was kind of that time. I feel like the squad had got to around that time where it needed big wholesale changes to, you know, freshen it up. And definitely, whatchamacallit, what's the name? Why all the names escaping my head? What's going on, man? Oh, my days, I'm about as sharp as a blunt butter knife right now. Flipping, what's his name, man? The manager. Nuno Espirito Santo, yeah? I think his time was done at Wolves. I feel like he either needs a new challenge or the team need a new manager if they do want to push into Europe. But I don't think they were ever sustainably going to stay in Europe. I don't think that was ever going to happen for them, to be honest. I think they had their couple of years in the sunshine and they're going to be around mid-table now. That's my opinion on Wolves. I don't think their investment policies have been good enough. United need Varane. Exactly. They need Varane. And this is what I said to you. I said I'd break the bank. I'd go and try and get either a Ramos or a Varane. And then this geezer is trying to tell me, no, we don't need Varane. We've got Phil Bloody Jones, mate. Best defender in England. Da-da-da-da. Don't want to hear it, mate. Varane would do you very, very nicely. He's quick, he's slick, and he's classy. Exactly what you miss back there when you don't have Eric Bailly playing. The ball is whipped forward by Swansea. One last chance, and it's smashed over the bar. Over the bar. That could be all she wrote. Swansea fans in agony, in chaos. 1 minute left. 10 men on the pitch. It looks like it's all over for the Swans. What's their nicknames, by the way? It's not the Swans, is it? What is Swansea's nickname? What is their... It is the Swans. It is the Swans. I'm an idiot. It is the Swans. And Brentford, the Bees. Look like they're all there, and thank you very much. I see the likes have just jumped up to 7 likes. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 whole likes. Thank you very much, whoever that is. I don't know who you are. I don't know where you are watching from, but I can only thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting the stream, supporting me, supporting you. It does mean a lot, and 7 likes is absolutely monumental. It means a lot, guys. It means a lot. That is a massive stuff from you guys. Absolutely pulling through with unrivaled power and force right there. I hope to see you lot later as well for the big one. The El Macho Grande Machipo. How the hell 6 minutes added on? Because of course there were a couple of injuries. There was the Janssen one. There was the red card. Where Jensen was down for a few minutes. And we have a new subscriber, Servich. My main man, Servich, Bilic, Slavan Bilic, whatever you want to call him. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you very much for joining the biggest community of forward-thinking young pioneers of the beautiful game. It means a lot to have you. Appreciating having you here. Lovely to see. Thank you very much for the support of the channel. To be honest though, we are the 4th richest club in the Premier League. Well look, yeah, you do have heavy investment and you do have Jorge Mendes giving you, you know, quite a big supplement of his own players, shall we say. I mean, the way you got out of the Championship was a bit questionable if you ask me. The way you had bloody Ruben Neves and was Jimenez there in the Championship? I don't think he was actually. But you had some other geezers coming in there. Pedro Neto, I believe, may have been there as well, coming through in the Championship, which was absolutely ridiculous. But it could happen for you. I think you have a lot of money. I just don't think you're investing it in the right places, if you ask me. I mean, buying just all these Portuguese players, it seems scattergun to me. It seems like there's not a lot of planning behind it. Unlike Brentford, who we're talking about here, who put a lot of statistical analysis onto the players they are going to sign, it does look like that you're just buying players to fit them in for the sake of it, and you're not actually considering the system. If you can work on your recruitment, you can go for another push, if you ask me. Crazy game. Brentford been on both sides of these playoffs. Glad to see them through. Absolutely they have. It could only have been very, 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 very disappointing last year getting knocked out. Let me tell you, I know exactly what it's like to lose in the playoffs. It is not enjoyable one bit, but it certainly looks like you're going to win it now. It certainly looks like Brentford are going to be securing the promotion to the Premier League, which they so desire. The promotion that has taken them 74 years to get. The fans are celebrating. They're in party atmosphere. It seems all but done. Dendoncker, you say, Dendoncker didn't sign to you in the Premier League, I'm pretty sure he didn't. But Dendoncker I actually really rate. He can play central defensive midfield, he can play centre half. He was actually very good at Anderlecht back in the day before he went to you. I was really impressed with him there. And I feel like that was a very good signing of him. Has he, I'm not being an idiot here, Dendoncker hasn't left, has he? Pretty sure he still plays for you. Hang on. Yeah, he still plays for Wolves. What's he been like this year, Dendoncker? What's he been like? Has he been underperforming this year? Because I've seen it, you know, I haven't seen too much of him. I was very impressed with him when he first came in. But, you know, obviously you watch a lot more Wolves than me. So what do you think? And the stream is now up to 8 likes. 8 likes. I don't know who that was again. I don't know where you liked it from. But 8 likes. This is absolutely mental. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. It means a lot. Wow, 8 likes, that is absolutely massive. Probably the most likes I've ever had on one of these streams. Thank you guys so much for the support. It means a hell of a lot, and it will mean a hell of a lot to Brentford fans in just a couple of minutes when their promotion is almost certainly secured. Just 2 minutes left in the game now. Low on the ball, Jamal Lowe. Can he claw something back for Swansea? The ball comes in, it's drilled across, and he's missed an absolute sitter. And he was offside anyway, but that is the tale of the day for Swansea. Not clinical enough, not converting their chances, piss poor in front of goal, and it looks all but over now. It looks all but over, and it's time to pop that champagne open if you're a Brentford fan, because what does that smell like? Smells like promotion, baby. I'm sure Jimenez being available would have changed the season. David Luiz incident was sad to see, and that is absolutely correct, mate. That's exactly what I was saying. That Jimenez thing absolutely changed the game. That Jimenez injury, like I said, you've been so reliant on Jimenez, and who wouldn't be? Losing such a clinical striker like that, losing such a guy who was so important to everything you did. The build-up play, his hold-up play was fantastic. His movement off the ball was great. And you don't really have anyone else to fit in there. Like I said, Fabio Silva is only 18. It's too much responsibility to lump on him. And missing him was good. 1 minute left indeed. Gamer guy Ethan. You got good energy. Such a lively watch along. Thank you very much, mate. That means a lot to me. What can I say? I'm an energetic guy, and I'm going to be even more energetic later when I get a few of the old pints down me. Don't get me wrong, and I hope to see you guys all there, because that is not a stream to miss, the Champions League final. But I'll tell you who's going to be even more energy than me is all of those Brentford fans, not only in the stadium, but at home watching, because Brentford have done it. Brentford are Premier League, well, playoff champions, and the newest addition to the Barclays Premier League. It is done. It is secured. Thomas Frank almost in the verge of tears. You can see veins popping out of the side of his head. Ivan Toney celebrates. What a signing he has been. Ollie Watkins, who? I hear the cries from the Brentford fans. What a signing he has been. And most importantly, Pontus Jansson is back in the big time. Well, not back in the big time. He's finally in the big time. Congratulations, Pontus. It means a lot, man. This is for Pontus. Pontus Jansson, you deserved it. You've come so close twice now. He came so close with Leeds, he lost in the playoff semi-final. He came so close with Brentford, he lost in the playoff final. And now, at the third time of asking, Pontus Jansson has done it. He is in the Premier League. Brentford have done it. The fans are going crazy. How are you guys feeling down below? Have we got any Brentford fans in here? Commiserations to any Swansea fans. You know, I know it's not enjoyable losing the playoffs at all, and I can 100% understand that. It is not enjoyable one bit. And my thoughts and my prayers are with all of you lot tonight. But on the other hand, it is not time to dwell on the negatives. It is time to focus on Brentford Football Club, who have managed to secure themselves that illustrious promotion that they so desired. For the first time in 74 years, they will grace England's top division. How are you guys feeling? Who has been your best performer this season? Who is one player you want to give a shout out to? A player who you think has done it all, has gone under the radar this year potentially in securing that promotion, has played a vital role but hasn't necessarily got the credit they deserve? Is there one player now you want to give a little bit of spotlight to, a little bit of time to mention all the good things they've done so we can have a little talk about them? But what times it is, what beautiful scenes of glorious emotions. Let's have a little browse on Twitter now. Let's see what they're going. I'm seeing Leeds fans saying fuck Brentford. I don't want to hear any of that, mate. I do not want to hear any of that. We're all fans of football. Sure, we had a rivalry last year. Sure, it did. Sure, you know what, there were a few bad words said. But at the end of the day, we're no longer in the championship. They were. I know just how hard it is to get out of the championship, just how hard it is to win the playoffs. So you know what? Rivalry aside, I'm happy for Brentford fans out there. I'm happy for Brentford. I don't want to hear any of that fraudulence of fuck Brentford, fuck any of them. Because, hey, we had our time, we had our rivalry. But at the end of the day, we're all fans of football. And let's have a little look at Twitter. Let's see the scenes of celebration, the beautiful scenes of glorious emotion. To quote the fraud father himself, welcome to the Premier League, Brentford. Commiserations to Swansea, but so happy for Brentford. What a remarkable achievement for this club to reach the Premier League. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely class. Absolute class on grass, indeed. Let's see if we can get some pictures or some videos of it. Let's have a look at scenes of glorious emotion. Are there any last words from anyone before we do depart, everyone? If there's any last words, maybe you're a Swansea fan, maybe you're a Brentford fan. If there are any last words, I'm here to stick around and chat for a couple of minutes before I do take my hour/2 hour break before, of course, the Champions League final. Make sure you're all there for that one, because that is not one to miss. Let me tell you, if you thought this stream was good with you lot, then that stream is only going to be 10 times better, and it can only be 10 times better if all of you lot show your faces again, because that's what makes the stream, not me. I'm just a mere how would you say, what do you call it, I've completely forgotten the scenes, but what I am seeing, I'm being carried away with the emotion. I'm seeing Pontus Jansson speaking here. I feel so happy for him. So happy for Jansson. Come on, Brentford. He's talking about Bielsa. Yeah. He's saying Bielsa is the man.
I thank him a lot. Bielsa for me is one of the best coaches in the world. And
you're hearing this?
People think that mine and his relationship is not the best, but it is.
Yeah.
He's very good.
Yeah, see, Bielsa. My man.
I love Brentford so much, but I also say thanks to Bielsa and to Leeds.
Yeah, well, you're welcome, mate. You're welcome. Well said. Well said, mate. Well said, Jansson. Well said. Well said. Well said, my man. Well said.
Lovely trophy.
Yeah,
well said. Well said, Jansson. Well said. Well said. You're loved. Well said. He thanks Bielsa for everything he did for him. And I thank you guys for everything you've done for me in this stream. It means a lot. Like I say, I am going to love you and leave you now. But I hope to see all of you back at 8 o'clock. Well, actually, at 7:30 sharp for the Champions League final watch along. We're going to be getting the drinks in. We're going to be jamming to tunes. We're going to be having a good time and hopefully seeing a mouth-watering game of football. I can't wait. I'm sure you guys can't wait for this game either. And I hope to see all of your faces back again. But for now, guys, thank you guys ever so much for watching. It does mean a lot. I love your faces. And I'll see you later.